Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to Penny's Reading Nook. I'm here at the Patch office in Spencer today, and I have an ABC book for you today. I hope you enjoy it. It is called A is for America, a patriotic alphabet book. It was written by Tanya Lee Stone, and it was illustrated by Gerald Kelly. Excuse me, I feel like I'm about to sneeze, boys and girls. It's that time of the year. A is for America. Let's find out about this. A is for America. Welcome to the show. It's all about our nation. Come see how much you know. B is for the Bill of Rights. 10 freedoms we all know, like freedom of speech and of the press, established long ago. C is for the Constitution, our country's basic plan. The founding fathers wrote it, and our government began. D is for the Declaration of Independence, approved on the 4th of July. All men are created equal is an idea that we hold high. E is for eagle, soaring in flight. Our national bird is a symbol of might. F is for flag. Long may it wave, for the red, white, and blue, and the home of the brave. G is for Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where Abraham Lincoln said, "Government of, by, and for the people is how we should be led." H is for Julia Ward Howe, who fought for women to vote. The Battle Hymn of the Republic is a famous song that she wrote. I is for our independence. It's what America sought. For freedom from the English king, the Revolution was fought. J is for Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration. It calls for freedom and liberty and is our country's foundation. K is for Martin Luther King Jr., who wanted unfairness to cease. He fought for all to be equal and tried to bring about peace. L is for Lady Liberty, a statue so regal and grand. This symbol was a gift from France and welcomes all to our land. M is for Mount Rushmore, a monument sensation. It honors 4 great presidents who guided our young nation. We have George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. N is for Native Americans who lived here long before. Their culture and their history, nobody should ignore. Should never forget. O is for the Oval Office, a formal place for greetings. It's where the president does his work and holds a lot of meetings. P is for the president. Each term we get to choose who will run our country and listen to our views. Q is for the questions we ask right from the start about having choice and freedom that gave this nation heart. R is for Betsy Ross. As a seamstress, she was able, but did she sew our first flag? Is her story fact or fable? S is for Supreme Court, the highest in the land. 9 judges tell us what laws mean and their decisions stand. We had Thurgood Marshall, Sandra Day O'Connor, and Sonia Sotomayor. T is for Harriet Tubman, who fought against slavery. We'll always remember her most for her bravery. U is for our Uncle Sam, dressed in red, white, and blue, a symbol of America, but fictional, not true. V is for voting. It gives groups a voice. In making decisions, we all get a choice. W is for the White House and Washington, D.C. It's our nation's capital. There is so much to see. X is in expression. You see the X right there? A freedom we hold dear. To say what we believe in is worthy of a cheer. And these little ones are saying, longer recess, down with tests, More crayons. I think we all need that, don't we? I think we do. Y is for Yankee Doodle, a favorite old-time story. He went to town on a pony. Come on, let's sing along. And Z is for Israel Zangwill, who wrote the Melting Pot play. It's about people coming together. Now that's the American way. And right here on the end it says the people of America. There are people mentioned in this book who you may want to know more about. So here's a little bit of a start. John Adams was the second president of the United States, 1797 to 1801. He helped Thomas Jefferson write the Declaration of Independence. Julia Ward Howe was an author, teacher, and activist who fought for women's rights. She is best known for writing the words to the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration of Independence and later became the third president of the United States, 1801 to 1809. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader of the civil rights movement for African Americans. He was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States from 1861 to 1865. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which declared that all slaves in the Confederate States were free. Thurgood Marshall was the first African American to serve as a Supreme Court justice. Barack Obama served as the 44th President of the United States and was the first African American to hold that office. Sandra Day O'Connor was the first woman to serve as a Supreme Court justice. Theodore Teddy Roosevelt was an adventurous explorer, author, and soldier, as well as the 26th President of the United States from 1901 to 1909. Betsy Ross is credited with making the first American flag, but historians continue to debate whether this is a fact or fable. So is it true or false? Sonia Sotomayor is the first Hispanic and the third woman to serve as a Supreme Court justice. Harriet Tubman was born a slave, but escaped to the North where slaves were free. She returned to the South over and over again, helping more than 300 slaves escape to freedom on the Underground Railroad. George Washington was the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. He was also the first president of the United States, 1789 to 1797. And finally, Israel Zangwill was an Anglo-Jewish author who wrote a play called The Melting Pot. The play celebrated how American immigrants from many nations forged new lives in a new land. The end. And I think that was a pretty good book. It's a book we all need to think about. We're like, wow, all of that stuff right here in America, all that American history. We need to remember that history too. All right. Well, because we did an ABC book, I thought we would do an ABC activity. Now you will see in my box, you're going to say, Miss Penny, I see a box of paper clips and cards. I don't see any ABCs. Well, you have to turn them over to see the ABCs. And you will see that I have some foam letters of the alphabet, and I glued them onto my card, and I made I had Miss Betty make a little face for each one of my letters. She gave them two eyes, a mouth, and she gave them some hands. They're going, woohoo! And then after I did each letter, I turned it over and I took a paper clip and I just opened up the paper clip and I taped it to the back of the card, okay? And if we go all the way through, you will see I have all the letters of the alphabet. I have the F, there's the letter C, then I have the letter T. Each one of the faces are very unique, and the letter takes on its own personality just by the faces you guys can make on yours, okay? So you see that we have them. I'll do a couple more. There's the letter D, and then we have the letter I, okay? So I got the foam letters at our local store. I got them at Walmart, and I just used them on my index cards, glued them on, made the little faces with the little eyeballs. Now, do you have to make yours the same way as I made mine? No, you can just get you some cards and you can draw the letters or write the letters on yourself. Get creative. Make them your own way. You don't have to do it the same way I do it. It'd be kind of boring if we all were the same way and did the same thing, wouldn't it? It would. All right. Well, so I've got this, okay? Once you have all your letters made, you've got paper clips on all of them, then this is where the fun begins. You have to get you, I've got a piece here on the floor. You also have to have a long piece of string or a piece of, this is a piece of paracord. You could use shoestring, yarn, might have some hay string laying around, hay season's about over. So you find you some type of string, and we are going to make a zip line, okay? And you're going, Penny, a zip line inside? Yeah, of course. The letters have to have something to go on, don't they? Yes. Well, on my zip line, I've got part of it tied over on the opposite side of the room, and I have to have our cameraman, Mr. Justin, come and help me and hand me the other line, the other end of my zip line. Thank you, Mr. Justin.
You're welcome.
All right, so when you're at the house and you've got your letters all made, then you need to take your zip line. You're going to take your end of the string. You're either going to hold one end of the string up high, or you can tie it to something high. You might be able to tie it like to the side of the door or side of a lamp. I'm just going to hold mine up. Then the other end of the zip line, way down there, you want to tie onto something low. Or if you have a person with you helping you, one person can hold the zip line high, the other person's going to hold the zip line down low, okay? So we've got our zip line. Then we need our letters to ride the zip line, right? Yes. So to play this, you've got all the letters turned upside down so you can't see them. And you're going to pick a letter. And what letter did I get? I got the letter D. All right. I'm going to show it up here on this camera, D. So let me see if I can think of a D word. D, D. Dog. There's a good D word. And then the fun begins. You ready? So if you got your zip line, you got where your little paper clip was. That's the reason why we unfolded it and we opened it up a little bit. We put him on there, and you ready? 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! There he goes. He went all the way down the zip line. Okay, let's do it a couple more, all right? This letter, that letter is the letter N. Let me think. Can we think of an N word? 9. All right. So then we're going to open him up a little bit. Put him on the zip line. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go! There they go down the zip line. And that way, boys and girls, you just continue the game till you get all the way through the alphabet. Got the letter L for ladder. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! And one more. The letter B for, this will be a good one. A letter B for bye-bye, boys and girls. See you next time.